Hello my friends and welcome to my kitchen. Yes, you are on the body section of the website, and no, I am not going to teach you how to cook. I like to cook, but I will not claim to be a great cook, so we will find someone else for that segment. But today we are going to focus on our fitness and how we can get a workout in even in our kitchen. Because as moms, as wives, as a professional, our lives get so busy, and to get an hour a day in of working out almost seems impossible. And really, especially if you have small children or a very hectic job, that is almost impossible. But we are going to find ways to make it possible, because I want you to get in the best health possible, not just for you, and not just because you will to look good, not to just become someone who looks like those on TV. I want you to get in the best health possible so you can take care of those God has placed in your life. Whether it is your children, whether it is a husband, whether it is a roommate, whether it is your other family members, your parents, your siblings. God has placed people in your lives that He needs you to care for. And we need to be in the best health so we can care for them, so we can take care of them. And whatever He calls us to do, we will be physically prepared. So, again, here we are in the kitchen. And why are we in the kitchen? Because today you just took maybe your kids to the park. You've ran all over the park, you've swam, you've gone up and down slides. So you got a great cardio in. Or maybe you played tennis with a friend today. You did something and got great cardio in. But you still need to tone your muscles. And the day's almost over, you don't have much time. Or maybe it's the beginning of the day and you know it's going to be a very busy day, taking kids to school, picking them up, taking their preschooler to Mother's Day. You've got one thing after another to do. So at breakfast, maybe it's at dinner, you're going to find time to tone and strengthen your muscles. And you're going to do it right here in your kitchen. And there are no special equipment required. That's what makes it so great. You don't need to go buy anything. You're going to use what's here, right in front of you to do it. If it's at breakfast time, you can use your milk. Maybe you have juice too. You have milk and juice to help to be your weights to do your toning. Maybe you have cans out that you're going to be cooking with. You can use those as your weight. Maybe it's potatoes. You're like me, you got a family of 6. You have to have something to feed them. So you've got your big 10-pound bags that you're going to use to lift. Maybe it's your bags of fresh veggies because you're very healthy and I'm very proud of you. You're going to use those as your weights. Whatever it is you have, you can use it. So maybe while your meat sauteing, the kids are eating their cereal and you haven't put your milk up, whatever it is, you're going to pick those up. Maybe it's as you're walking, maybe it's your weight to stir. You can do bicep curls. Something really simple, and you add your own resistance. Just push, squeeze that muscle to lift that arm up. You can do arm raises on the side. Just be careful, please do not go above your shoulder, because I do not want you to injure yourself, because mommies are not allowed to be hurt, because we're not allowed to take off time, as you know. So be very careful not to injure yourself, and form is very important. You can also work those triceps, that muscle. You know, when you wave, you don't want to be like Great Aunt and then have flabbing around every time she lifts her arm. You can work your triceps, just bend back. And work that back of the muscle. And all these you maybe do about 12, stir, do another set of 12, stir, do another set. Try to get 3 reps of 12 in of each movement. And you will start to see a difference in your arms. One thing about arms, they are very easy to tone and they will tone quickly. You can also do a press. Again, don't get your arm up here. I'm going to keep it level with that shoulder. Because, again, you wouldn't be able to stir if you hurt that shoulder. And your legs. Work those in the kitchen. You know how great your calves look when you wear high heels, or when you're brave enough to wear high heels because you may have to chase your 2-year-old. You can do calf raises up and down on the ball of your foot. Something so simple. You can do that while you're stirring, or pouring, or mixing, whatever you may be doing. Calf raises to work that muscle. And if you don't have some teenager around that's going to roll their eyes at you, like I'm going to do, you can do squats. Just one thing when you're doing a squat, please never go forward. If your knee should never go past your toes in front of them, because that will damage your knee. And if you already have knee trouble, that can cause severe pain. So please be very careful. You're going to push back, I guess we'll say tushy, and act like you're going to sit in that small kid's preschooler chair that make you sit at for tea time, right? Push back. You can do those while you're waiting. Another one is just knee raises, just lifting that knee up. And slow movement, working the muscles. All so simple. Again, just doing a set of 10 or 12 3 different times, and slowly toning those legs. And then of course our abs, which is very important to feel like you have a strong center so you don't get completely off balance when you're trying to do other workouts. Many of them, I love to do crunches standing up. If you've never done it, they are so easy and actually more comfortable to me than laying on the floor. We're just going to crunch, squeeze that tummy in, squeeze that belly button to the spine and crunch. You can do them to the side. You bring the rib to the hip bone. Work those sides. Very simple. You can do a little twist, and then rib to hip bone. Twist, rib to hip bone. While you're standing there doing that, you're going to start toning that muscle. And feeling those muscles again in your body. Maybe you haven't felt in a while. You may end up even sore after doing a workout in your kitchen. But it's so worth it. Another one's bringing the knee up, but you're bringing the hip, again, to the ribs. All simple. It's something you can do while you're in your kitchen. And again, all very important to do. And then one that you don't even have to do much work at all is to be standing up straight while you're in there, pulling that belly button into the spine, and holding it for 8 counts. And then letting it in, out, and then bringing it back in for 8 counts. And that will just tone in time. I do this when I'm driving, when I'm sitting, I realize I'll just keep it tight, keep that belly button to the spine. And probably why I do less ab workout than most people think, because just doing this alone keeps it toned, keeps those muscles tight. Now again, I really want you to take the time to work out every day. I want you to make sure you're getting your cardio, and that doesn't mean you have to go for a 3-mile jog. It doesn't mean you have to do something big. Just get something. Play with the kids, dance with the kids, dance with a friend, find something you love, jump rope, hula hoop, be silly, go for a bike ride. Find some way to get your cardio, and even on your busy days, at least 3 times a week, find time to do your toning and strengthening of your muscles, even if it is in your kitchen. And remember, don't focus on the weight, don't focus on being picture perfect. Don't focus on constantly weighing yourself, because again, muscle weighs more than fat, so sometimes weight doesn't drop as fast because you're getting muscle. Don't focus on that. Focus on getting healthy. Focus on being physically prepared to serve God in whatever way He calls you, by exercising, by eating right, and by getting rest. And I hope you're doing the choices study to help you see some of those areas you need to choose to take care of, so you can be that mom, you can be that wife, you can be that friend, you can be that neighbor, that you won't have physical limitations and not be able to serve God.